Ladies and gentlemen of the jury of YouTube. Every time I try to teach some Hungarian, I always explain, among the first things, that the most important thing is grammar, then cultural stuff, then what the meaning you want to convey, and it's easy, especially for beginners, because you can't really say whatever you want, you can only say what you can. That is quite limited. However, while pronunciation is important, the important part of it is actually just that people would understand. So you will always retain some sort of accent. I mean, listen to me. Good Lord, that's horrible. At least if I was born in the UK or America or Australia or something, it would probably be horrible pronunciation. But then again, I always get the nice excuse of speaking English as a second language. So nobody cares. But even though I try to pronounce things in a more British way, and the rhythm of my speech is closer to the British way than to Hungarian, so not closer than other people, but compared to Hungarian, at least that's something, but that's an extra. As long as people understand what you're saying, so you can form the words, you're fine. And one of those really challenging parts of making yourself understood is the usage of the letter R. Inherently, I guess, most people in most nations of the world are not pirates. They never roll the R. Sometimes they don't even pronounce it for fun. But Hungarian is the kind of language that does. Now, because nobody is born with the ability of being able to roll the R's, that's not something every Hungarian gets at birth, it's not genetic. There are a couple of ways to practice it. And one of the ways, mostly for Hungarians, but now for you as well, is the following sentence. Réparetek magyaró, korán reggel ritkán rikkant a rigó. Ha! Doesn't that just roll down the tongue? It does, certainly, I know. Now let's hear that 5 more times. Réparetek magyaró, korán reggel ritkán rikkant a rigó. 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 Isn't it easy? It is, I know. But before we go into any details about how to try to pronounce it, let's translate it, because I often find that whenever I don't understand something, I always have trouble with remembering and executing it, because I don't know all the tiny details. I don't know what it's all about. What's it's all about? English is a hard language. Anyways, let's do it. And here we go. Let me read it again. Répa, retek, magyaró, korán, reggel, ritkán, rikkant, a rigó. It's lovely, isn't it? Now let's see what it's all about. First of all, this is a correct sentence, but this one is just some silliness in front of it. Let's try Google Translate. Probably it won't be a big problem. So that's a carrot. Seems fine. That one's reddish. And this one, well, it's gonna be peanuts, isn't it? Oh yeah, indeed. Peanut. I mean, I do know what these words mean, I guess. Maybe except this one. Yeah, I didn't know that one. Holy cow. Is that the thing? No. My god. That's not the thing. That's definitely not the thing. Okay, let's try Stucky. Okay. Is it the mockingbird? What's Mavis? Nope. But yeah, that seems like it. All right, okay, Google to the rescue in this case. I mean, normally I could actually convince you that I know all the things in the world, but unfortunately not. And this is kind of a good way to show you, through my stupidity, how to sort of identify what's going on. And this is indeed a bird. And the reason I know it's a bird is simply because of the sentence that we will form. And to be sure, let's go on with the translation. So at some point, there's gonna be something about the mockingbird. And then what about this one? Yeah. That is something, it's probably intranslatable. I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't translate it at all. It actually sings. That's just a word for when a bird sings really loudly. And then rarely, that should be in the morning. Yeah. And also that one, which is early. Now, I know that English loves putting these kind of words before the verb, but that's mostly fixing the English sentence. It doesn't have anything to do with the Hungarian one, but there you go. So this one literally means carrot, radish, peanut, the mockingbird rarely sings early in the morning. It's quite wise, isn't it? But the point of this sentence is not to be wise, but to make people practice the R in different places in the words. Reparetek feature the letter R in the front. Magyaro is mostly in the back. Korán in the middle. And those are all the places. So now let's talk about how to roll the R and just ignore that crazy sentence. But I'm sure that by now you kind of understand why I went with the mockingbird and not that tongue disease thingy. Although at this point, who knows? The sentence doesn't really make sense. But I can assure you, it's the mockingbird. But again, I'm not very good with plants and animals in any languages. So if you ask me which bird is the rigo, I would have no idea. Right, so how to roll the R. The best way to do it is to put the tip of your tongue against, there you go, the ceiling of your mouth, curl it back a little and let it roll by exhaling. So the goal here is that while air is trying to pushing it out, you always try to pull it back. Not with a lot of force, but just enough so the air could make it sort of roll. I hope that makes sense. So first, I usually suggest people to practice it with just rolling continuously as long as they can, which looks like this. And I can feel that my mouth is vibrating, which is a good sign. If it vibrated without actually me rolling the R, that would be quite concerning actually. But no, it doesn't. I do it on purpose. So it seems I don't have any unknown diseases. And then try it with the words that feature the R in the front. So that the words beginning with R. Repa, retek. And then try it in the middle. Korán. That's just one syllable into the word. And then the hardest is probably magyaro, because you've got two syllables and then suddenly an R. So repa, retek, magyaro. And oh, by the way, you have to roll the R, or should I say, you have to roll the R at least 3 or 4 times, like for like half a second. So you can't, even if you even if you pronounce it very quickly, you have to take your time to roll the R. So that's riparetek magyarul korán reggel ritkán rikkatarikó, as a professional would do it. Because clearly I'm a professional. Right, okay. Of course, when you learn English, the first thing you have to sort of unlearn is how to roll the R, or should I say the first thing you have to learn is how not to roll the R, because English doesn't do it. That was a fun couple of months in my life. So I hope you learned something today, besides translation and all that craziness I talked about. And if you've got any questions about how to do it, you don't necessarily have to send me videos. I'm not saying you should, it's fine. But when you feel your whole jaw vibrating and it comes out as rrr, then you've done a great job. Now, I do not want to end this video without acknowledging this whole pirate theme that was going on, but I just abandoned it. The whole thing is that pirates are supposed to roll the R. At least that's what I've heard, and yeah. Well, at least I acknowledged it again, before the end of this video. That's something! The document is in the description. Please feel free to comment in it. And you can comment in all the other pages, or you can have any questions. So just follow the link. And then please try to share the video and do whatever you see fit here to make everyone happy. And don't forget the great goal of ruling the world. Have a great day. Bye-bye.